The Halls of Torment. Welcome to easily one of the top 10 roguelites I've ever played. It's what happens when you take mommy vampire survivors with daddy Diablo and they make a little devil child. That is the Halls of Torment. Today we will be checking out a newly unlocked wizard class. As well, in the last video, I made you guys a little promise, and we will reach the end to deliver upon that promise. So enough talk, let's go. Now, I'm really excited to show you guys today's wizard class because it seems like they have a lot of interesting effects and it has a really interesting attack pattern, as you can tell already. However, to be 100% honest, to be 100% specific, this is called the Cleric class, not the wizard class, but the Cleric class. However, I haven't exactly seen a lot of medicinal practices going on here besides letting God sort them out.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
And as far as I'm concerned, we're already in hell, so I don't think he really has a lot of work left cut out for him because, I mean, look, he also throws out a force field projectile that has the ability to send a small child probably halfway across the block and still send him to make a wish. Like, honestly, this, I'm not seeing anything clerical about this. I can see if he was a paladin, that would make sense because, you know, a paladin kind of smiting evil, that makes sense, but a cleric? I mean, it doesn't exactly seem very cleric-like, to be 100% specific, and to be honest, I mean, I could understand if he's wearing like white robes or gold robes, maybe even red robes, but purple robes? Purple? Purple? You know, like purple robes for a cleric? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Like, look at this. He could probably send a chihuahua to space with this ability. This is absolutely asinine. There's nothing clerical about this. And plus, on top of that, he applies the debuffs to the enemy. Some of you guys may have noticed that occasionally you see these little symbols above the skeleton's heads. Let's see if I can get a few here going on here. There's one, and there should be one other, a shield ability. However, so he is applying Fragile and he's applying Affliction to the enemies. Affliction are the ones with the red swords, and Fragile is the one with the yellow shield, like that one there above us now. Fragile basically applies 5% increased damage for every stack on top of that enemy for their base damage. Now, the Affliction, the one with the swords, applies more elemental damage. So anything that deals damage over time, like fire, lightning, you know, ice, your elemental damage, that is going to be your Affliction that is going to be important. But for the most part, our ability, our force field here is the base damage sort. So we do want to try to get Fragile on a majority of our enemies if we do have the ability to maybe increase our chances for this. So I'm really excited. And some of you may have noticed as well, this is already dealing like 1200 damage. Like, how is that really possible? How am I dealing like 958 damage? Now 839, and that one does 1761. This is one base hit. 1678. How am I getting all these numbers when something like that gets 419? It does a base format damage of 1000. However, that damage is cut across all enemies that are hit within that cone. So every single enemy that gets hit by this is splitting apart that 1000 damage, or however much damage I'm doing right now. Now, currently, I believe if we go ahead and take a look, we got 10 health, 10 defense. If we go ahead and take a look at our character, currently our attack damage is 1692. That is absolutely astronomical. That is amazing. However, if I hit like maybe 10 enemies, all of those enemies, each one is only going to get 160 damage, maybe around the range of like 160, like 162 damage. So it's not going to be necessarily as good in giant groups. So, but where it will really shine above the rest in a situation like this, you might be able to tell where this is going. A boss. If I can single out the boss, get majority of the damage directly on the boss without cutting it into the enemies behind them, like this. 1861, 649, get another one, 888. Just try to focus down the boss, and on top of that, it does help clear out the enemies behind him as well. So now he's all by himself. Focus him down, 1700, get a lot of good hits on him. Try to get out of this pocket of enemies, clear out the room behind me. Get a whole bunch of them in the same cone. Come on, upgrade real quick. I'll take 10% more damage because it's just gonna hurt everybody a little bit more. Amazing, let me in there, let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Yes, there we go. Small pocket for us. Now, what do we want? Now, we have taken a look at Transfixion. We have taken a look at the Arcane Splitters, but I think we have not taken a look at the Ring Blades. Throws alternating blades left and right like boomerangs. They pass you and fly off screen. Multi-strike increases their frequency. Good to know. Now, is that going to be good for the, you know, the cleric? I'm sorry, I'm going to keep on calling him the wizard. Yeah, he's called the cleric, but we've established he is not a cleric. There's nothing clerical about him. We're going to call him a wizard. That is fact right now. So let's go ahead and check out the ring blades. I don't know if we're necessarily going to get a lot of multi-strike, but multi-strike is still important regardless in almost every class, because the ability to occasionally throw out a secondary attack is going to be amazing, especially in a situation like the wizard, where if I can throw out 2 cones of like 1800, like 1900 damage, double on top of that whole grouping of enemy, 20% damage magic. That is beautiful, fantastic. So on top of that, we're just going to be applying more and more here. You can see more of those effects starting to hit on top of those enemies in a giant grouping. Hopefully we can kind of increase the chance of them being applied in the future, because that'll, again, be really good for bosses. They do stack. If you get the effect going on multiple times on top of the enemy, they can also get multiple effects going on. So you can go ahead and just really stack that on top of bosses over time, dealing just more and more damage per time. And there we go, 50% fragile chance and 50% affliction chance. That's what we're looking for. Now we can go ahead and get applied on top of more enemies, more certain. I think I'm doing still pretty good here. I haven't really paid too much attention, just besides being able to just barely dodge. Try to take out these barrels for any chance to get an extra gold. I have gotten a few upgrades for pickup radius and a couple of upgrades, I think, for base damage. And I think I got 1 upgrade for, oh, hello, oh god, excuse me, god. Okay, I have not gotten any movement speed upgrades though. I have not gotten really any movement speed upgrades. He's right on top of me. I need to focus him down while I still have the chance, because he's going to keep on dealing damage to me. He's going to keep on dealing damage to me. Dodge, that's, please. Keep on circling around. I can kind of juke him, I'm going to deal, I mean, we technically deal magic damage, right? Do I want magic damage there, or just damage in general? It applies main character in all abilities if possible. This trait applies to main weapons and abilities that are of the magic type. Okay, so this is going to be technically better because it deals more. Take him out. Ooh, just barely. So that is our first damage. Let's take a look at the chest. On hit with physical damage, which is, majority everything. However, we do probably get hit more by magic projectiles later on in the run, more so than physical hits. 20% chance to spawn a shockwave, deal 40% of the original damage in a 3 meter radius. Okay, so it kind of like it makes sure that every time you get hit, it pushes the enemies back a little bit to give you a little bit of room. A 20% crit bonus, that's not too bad. For 1 HP missing plus damage, I think I kind of want this, because right now we're missing about 140 health, which is going to amount to a 14% increase of damage. Now, if we get more and more health, if we get to like 1,000 health and we're missing like 500 health, we're still kind of fine in that situation. But that's gonna be like what, a 50%? No, it takes 10. Yeah, that'd be like a 50% increase, right? Am I doing my math wrong? I think I'm doing my math right. If I'm doing my math wrong, put it in the comments down below. So I'm gonna get the Scars of Toil, because that seems like that could be really good if I get a lot of health. If I focus on getting health, I could almost then in turn, in a way, be focusing on my damage. Although that will be dependent upon how much, damage I've necessarily taken. Why don't we go ahead and start making our way down south? Because I see that we have the ability, we'll go ahead and get 20% regeneration. We have the ability to get those pickups on every single time we do these runs. Now, there have been new maps that have been unlocked. So next time we play this, we will be going ahead and take a look at the new maps and maybe a new class that gets unlocked, because we do hope to actually reach the very end this time. We will be getting to the very end. I promise you, we're going to be getting to the very end. We're going to see what happens. I don't know if it just ends. We don't know if there's like a boss. We don't know if there's like an endless wave. We don't know if they just like progressively gets harder or something of the sort. So we're excited to find out. So I may as well make my way down there and start getting myself loaded up and ready for the end game. We should be coming up on it almost any moment now, because I see it moving a lot around on the screen. And oh, there it is. Now, if I remember from last time, in the last episode, there should be a boss near, oh, he spawns right on top of it. Not fair. He spawns right on top of it. Circle back around, get it. I will go ahead and I kind of want the Phantom Needles. Fires needles and random nearby enemies in quick succession. It was really helpful last time. Dodge all of the ranged attacks. Take out that guy, my god. And hello, we actually have another boss here at the same time. Didn't even realize he was here. Oh my god, I want more damage and magic, please. There are a lot of enemies starting to stack up on top of us over here. I want to see if I can focus down the boss a little bit. Maybe if I back up and try to make sure he reaches just the end of my range. Yeah, look at that. And single him out and get his bonus. Radiant Aurora? Cast light that distributes damage equally among all enemies in its range. Automatically cast in intervals. Okay, so he's kind of like a constant AoE damage around you. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a, oh my god, look at that. Yes, now we are a proper cleric. Now I will go ahead and give the excuse that maybe because of our, a 30% debuff chance on our main weapon. Yes, please. Maybe because of like our godly ways, we deal damage to areas around it. Let's see how much damage we really do. 65, 208, 208, 279, not bad. And oh god, I didn't realize we're getting circled in. My god, oh, I didn't realize we got all these red guys suddenly on top of us. My god, hello. We're being circled and surrounded here, being preyed upon. I will take Radiant Row, folks. We can get more damage, but less radius. Ooh, but plus 35% damage. It's already pretty effective as is. It does like 208 to like 65 per. It's not too bad, but in terms of just kind of like base damage that just kind of gets dished out in general, that's pretty effective. I can go ahead and actually see if we can maybe upgrade that to its maximum. Get that cauldron. 10% of damage, attack speed, and radius again. Okay, so it's just going right back up and it's getting more powerful. This might be a good like radius build. Might just go ahead with like the Vampire Survivor's Garlic, essentially is what it is. So we did manage to get the, oh god, I need to start moving up north. We did manage to get to that bonus there. We managed to get that, what do we got here? I'm trying to focus on so many things here as I just go ahead and just like blurt out noises. Did you guys enjoy that? Is it good content for you? Did you enjoy it? Comment down below. But essentially, we need to go back up north now and go ahead and try to collect that glove. And oh god, hello, we've got ourselves a new boss again. And we got ourselves a giant skeleton boy, and I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a lot of trouble trying to focus this guy down. There's a lot of enemies. Try to stay out of the circle. My god. Give me more damage, please. Strength 4, I think that was. Try to focus him down while I have the chance. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. That purple's a little hard to see on the ground. Surprisingly, stay out of those ranged attacks. Stay out of that purple. I think I did manage to get hit a little bit. Now remember, we do deal more damage the more damage we actually take. So, you know, the more they hit us, it's just hurting them more in the future. There we go. Take out the boss. Really good at focusing down. Choose one item. On kill, gain a charge. Every 1 second, charges decrease by 33%. 0.3 attack speed for each charge. Wait a second. So on kill, gain a charge. Every 1 second, charges decrease by 33%. So when I kill like 10 enemies, and then I get like 10 charges, but that's only going to give me 10 charges times 0.3 is going to give me like a 3% increase in my attack speed. Like, I guess I can see that being kind of helpful. 50% crit chance, that's pretty good. 20% movement speed though. Ooh, you know, that's not necessarily as important because when it gets to the end game, you really cannot move around a whole lot regardless. So I guess, why don't we go and get the Wind Crown? Why not? That seems kind of interesting. Our attack speed can kind of go up and down. And, you know, again, considering when it gets towards the end game and we have a lot of enemies that we're just taking out constantly, you know, that is going to stack up a lot. So maybe right now it's not necessarily going to be super helpful, as, you know, we are still checking out like quite a number of enemies in a row. But, you know, it'll be even more helpful later on. So we're going to get ourselves a little bit more regeneration as well. Now, I know we are getting kind of close to the glove. It's probably not too far off to our left-hand side. But oh, now we have shield skeletons coming in. Oh, dear lord. But, you know, honestly, we may not want to get it right now because if you guys may remember, it actually goes ahead and pulls in all the XP on the map to you. So it may not be necessarily important to do it right now, but maybe later on when we just have to like run away and get out of here, get it real quick and just kind of run off. Or maybe when we feel confident enough that there's a lot of XP sitting on the ground that we're not being able to kind of gather as the map kind of progresses into a harder and harder run, as we kind of just try to avoid it the best we can. I'm trying to arc away from it right now, but the holes just keep on ending up on the left-hand side. Let's get above it for now. These wizards starting to come in. And you know what? You know, at that point where I just said that maybe we might have to just take it and run, it's starting to get to that point. Like, my god, we might actually have to go get the glove just so we can actually level up enough to start combating these guys a little bit better. And you know what? You know what? Ignore everything that I just said, like, you know, 20 seconds ago. I lied to you. I'm the worst. I swear to God, I did not have relations with that glove because I'm on my way to have relations to that glove. Let me get more base defense, I suppose, because obviously I'm taking a lot of damage. Oh my god. Look at all those suddenly spawning in. They knew where I was going. They knew exactly where I'm going. I need to get to that glove now and start so I can get maybe a couple of extra levels on top of this. I need to get more damage. I mean, obviously me trying to run away and get to the objectives instead of actually focusing on getting more XP is probably what's making sure that I don't get as much XP. But that does also equally mean that there is a lot of stuff on the ground that I should be able to collect. So go ahead and get that, please. Pick up range. Get it any second now. Thank you very much. Yes, there we go. I'm going to do everything that's going to be directly for damage. So I'm going to go ahead and get the crit bonus because we deal a lot of crits pretty much in this giant grouping of enemies. So a crit bonus will be very helpful. Trying to take out these guys as we progress along and get the XP at the same time. Beautiful. We've upgraded again. I mean, movement speed, not really that important, but I will get blade size and blade damage, I suppose, because that'll be just more important, more damage. And is that all? I'm still seeing a little bit, and I'm still seeing a couple of it trickle in. There is a good grouping of it. Yeah, please give me one more level. Give me one more level. Come on, just barely get in that big grouping right there. Yeah, perfect. And I will go ahead and take, I guess we'll go ahead and take 20% damage for the needles in general, I suppose. That's just good. Just, you know, more damage again. I need to make myself a pocket, go up north. Beautiful. We have nothing else to collect on the screen right now. So now we just kind of have to just survive. We just need to get as much XP as we possibly can here in the last like 5 minutes of this giant grouping of enemies. My God. I don't even know how I'm gonna be able to cut down this video. I feel like every single part of this video has been like so vitally like crucial of it just being absolutely hectic. I'm gonna have to try to really focus on what it is gonna be worth of cutting down. I have no idea what's in store for us. Ooh, yeah, I'll just get more damage. It's more damage. That's exactly what I've been looking for, pretty much. I mean, I kind of want that percentile increase for the fragile chance. That seemed kind of nice, but I think I need to make my escape now. I need to kind of start circling back around away from those enemies because yeah, I think I took out too many. Now they're all starting to spawn again. Oh boy. Okay, keep on going. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. We're actually mowing through the enemies just great. We're doing fine. We're picking up all the XP on the ground. Honestly, a lot of room here, a lot of room to keep on moving around. It's not necessarily too difficult, but the enemies are strong, so they don't necessarily go down too hard. In the last like 20 seconds, I don't know if it's gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna suddenly start getting ridiculous in like the last 20 seconds. Like, I don't know if maybe I want to double back and get some good XP. Like, I don't know if I should maybe start focusing up on some of this. Should I be worried? I don't know. We got 5 seconds to go. Let's get some of this stuff on the ground, some of the XP, do something. Maybe there'll be a better score in the end, just to have. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. So this is what happens at the end of the 30 minutes. Oh, this is your answer. This is your answer as to what was apparently there's a super boss is what goes on. This actually might be really good for the wizard though, because if you figured out, or the cleric, is that we do really good boss damage and we're stacking up fragile on top of them and oh God, I don't even know what the other one is called right now. I'm deal 2,500,000 to hit one hit with the radiant damage without the roar. I don't know what just happened. I took him out. Gets a second phase. Gets a second phase. Gets a second phase. Movement speed, please. I want to run away a little bit faster, if you don't mind. Oh God, not the grabby hands. Don't grope me. No, Daddy. Running out of things to say. I'm freaking out as I try not to get hit by the very easily dodgeable projectiles that honestly I've not ever been very good at with the bullet hells in general. I've never been good at dodging lots of projectiles on screen. Defeat the Lord of Pain. Excuse me? Okay, I'll give you one grab. Oh, he disappeared before I can give him one little taste. I got a Torment shard? Okay, do you really want to finish your run and leave the halls? Yes? Yes. Congratulations, you survived the Haunted Caverns, alright. Level Cleric, 62. 16,600 kills. 8,674,000 damage dealt. My God, and I've received nearly 4,200 damage in general. Gold collected 700. Now gold total 3,600. Nice. That's gonna be really good for some upgrades here. A couple of completed quests. Wow. Okay, so obviously our staff there did the most damage, but the spinny blades surprisingly did a lot of damage. 1.1 million. Oh, but look at that. The needles. Those needles are hard to beat. 3.7. The needles did more damage than my staff. The needles who came in later in the run did more damage than my staff that started out dealing 1,000 damage. So you know what? Honestly, if you get needles, just upgrade the needles and you're good to go. You're good to go. Fantastic. My God, holy crap. We'll return to camp. Do we get any new characters? I know that we do also have a couple of new maps that are going to be available to us. If we take a look at this, there are actually other maps that are available. Do we have any like that? That's right, the Ember Grounds. Well, hey, DGDs, I tell you what, we've been playing this game in general over the past few episodes, so feel free to check out the other content if you've not seen it already. And on top of that, I guarantee you in the next video, we will be checking out the Ember Grounds and checking out what other kind of fun builds that we can kind of go ahead and see what's available to us. So thank you, DGDs. I still don't really know how to do these outros because I always ramble on for way too long. There's one thing I can always promise you, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you, and bye-bye.